Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast. What do you got for me today?
I guess, yeah. Alright, we're back.
Heck you.
So, I went through a few different topics that I wanted to cover.
Interesting.
So, I ended up with one that's kind of strange.
Okay.
So, it's different. So, we're going to start with what I originally wanted to do.
Okay. What?
So, we watched Princess and the Frog a little bit ago, like a couple days ago, I think.
Yeah.
And do you remember the Shadow Man?
Yeah.
You know, it was based off of a real person.
I think they were in like New Orleans. Yeah.
They were
like
their
Voodoo
name.
Master?
No.
So what is it?
So it's voodoo.
Yeah.
Voodoo. So the guy's name was Lau Barson Sudemi, which Sudemi is French for Saturday.
Wow.
Fun fact.
So.
And he was the.
I didn't know it was one guy. I thought it was like Shadow Man was like the people who do the voodoo.
No, so he was. So voodoo is actually, believe it or not, part of. How do I say this without sounding weird? Voodoo is a religion just like pretty close to Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
But during the Crusades, they really put out some bad propaganda about it, and that's kind of trickled into our society today. Yeah. So it's not all it's not black magic and whatever you think it is. It's
genuinely a religion.
It's genuinely a religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't know that, but then again, due to whatever happened in the past U.S. history.
Well, even like that's when like spiritualism is technically a religion.
Yeah.
Like even though it's like, you're kind of like just believe in like reading energies and stuff like that. It's still technical. Like it's interesting what people don't realize. Like, yeah, that's a religion as well. Yeah. It's not just like because of how everything has been perceived. Is like, no, that's just like that's goofy. That's not real.
Or it's bad. It's evil.
It's bad. It's like you're making deals with the devil to do that.
Yeah. But so this guy Lau Sidemi, something like that. I don't know why I said Peter. He was like a guide in the afterlife. So if you were a voodoo follower,
so he wasn't even like.
He was up there. He was like the head honcho. He decided if you went to the world of the afterlife.
The world of the afterlife?
Yeah.
Or where?
I don't know.
He was a gatekeeper.
Not a gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
But if you passed away, like if you were going to the world of the afterlife.
He was a reaper.
I don't know what the terms are. I didn't dig too far into it. But
you to your next level.
He would get your soul. He would grab your soul and guide it into the world of the afterlife. He would dig your grave.
A reaper.
Yeah, I guess.
So
anyways, so that was my.
Check yourself. Because a reaper, is supposed to guide you either to heaven
You're trying to form it into Christianity.
No, I'm just trying to understand it from what I already understand.
Yeah, I guess.
If anything, I'm relating it to, you guessed it, supernatural.
Yeah. So, that's what I started with. And then I went to something else. And that ended up on Teletubbies.
How'd you even come up with that one?
I honestly have no idea.
I just saw something about the Teletubbies.
What did you say about the Teletubbies?
They were doing something. It was like it was either a marketing or like an ad. It was like an ad or something, I want to say. But I saw them and I was like, Teletubbies, since when have I seen the Literally, I think it was today. I saw it. And I was like...
Oh, that's weird.
I was like, what? That was weird.
Yeah, Teletubbies, they were integral. I remember I dressed up as Poe one year.
Is that the yellow one? Which one is that one?
Is that your honest guess?
I don't know. I only know the other one.
God, I'm
so... Dipsy, that's Dipsy.
I'm so disappointed.
No, that one's Lala. Poe.
Poe's red.
That's the end one. Poe. Apocalypse, something, something.
Tinky Winky, bruh.
Oh. Oh, we should just call you Poe instead of Bub.
No, get out of here. Okay, so I ended up on
You were a Teletubby?
for Halloween. Why did I say? I'm pretty sure I said Christmas, but for
I know
Halloween.
what you meant, but what?
Yeah, I was the red Teletubby, and then I was a red Power Ranger.
So you just like the color? Oh, you just wore red clothes.
I suppose I don't wear red anymore. Do I?
No, you actually don't.
Yeah, I remember I used to have red shoes because I thought they'd make me go faster.
I have all I get is a core memory of trick-or-treating with my cousins, and my cousin, he only would wear red.
Oh no.
Red sweatpants and a red crew neck sweatshirt.
Dude's honestly a baller.
Dude, he was like, we were like, okay, well, what are you this year? And he's like, I'm a red pepper. And then the next year, I'm a tomato. Like, he would just come up with random ideas. He would just be like,
I'm a red Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm comfortable in this. I'm not changing it. And homeboy still wears red shorts to these days. So he just didn't give up on red like you
honestly, did. Yeah, he is a true red guy.
Yeah.
He's a believer.
He's a believer in the red.
So, Teletubbies. What do you know about them? Obviously, you don't know. Obviously, you don't know their names.
I know the Sunshine Girl has her own baby now.
The lady in the sun, or the baby in the sun,
now has her own baby.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think we really watched it. I think my mom was freaked out by it.
You didn't.
I watched the video.
Do you watch anything?
Why do you gotta attack me like that?
What did you watch?
I watched a lot of Disney, okay?
I know. Disney, bro.
And PBS.
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 What does PBS even stand for? Peanut butter sandwich? Public broadcast service?
Yeah. Public broadcast school. I don't know. They taught you math and stuff.
What else? What else do you watch?
Yeah, that's it.
Might as well watch static TV at that point.
I bet I did a couple times, honestly. Wasn't allowed to play video games either, so...
That is by far the wildest...
Now I'm just finally getting into it.
That's the wildest thing to me, is that you never played video games.
I know, Miguel makes fun of me because I have to, look down on my freaking controller to know what button I'm pushing.
Yeah.
And I'm, in a fight in Fortnite. I'm, trying to click my button as fast as I can and change a gun, and I have to, look down. It's such a, the memes where it was, you have something in both hands, the right one, and you just drop both of them to hold your fingers up. That is me playing video games.
One day I'll get it.
Well, Teletubbies. The vacuum freaked me out. Yeah. Teletubbies freaked me out.
The whole, if you really think about it, the whole art in it was pretty weird.
It was weird. It gave me weird vibes, so I just never wanted to watch it.
It was weird vibes.
I had to watch my sister liked Barney.
Barney was...
Called out.
Dude, Barney was sweet. What do you mean?
No, he's freaking freaky. I just have a thing with puppets and dolls. They freak me out. Sesame Street, not a fan of Sesame Street. It freaks me out a little bit. I
agree with you. Sesame Street's
or
overrated.
The Muppets. People are obsessed with the Muppets. They freak me out.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you on that one.
Okay. Because then all I can see is those Teletubbies just taking off their head. And a human inside? That sounds awful.
Sounds like you have some undiagnosed trauma.
From what?
I don't know. You ever take dolls off a head? Or take heads off dolls?
Okay, did you, eavesdrop on my grandma and I's conversation the other day?
No. We'll talk about this at the end.
Okay.
We'll get started with Tabletoppies. Tabletoppies. What the fuck am I saying? Teletubbies. Most people know what they are. We grew up with them. They have over 500 episodes now, which is hard to...
Wait, they just keep on doing them?
I don't know if they keep on doing them, but at the point of this article's writing, there was over 500 episodes.
Yeesh.
But where did the idea come from? The inspiration of it's kind of funky. It's so different from everything.
Somebody had to an acid or something.
You think so? So the official statement on the Teletubbies for like what Teletubbies are,
Mhm.
what they encompass. This is it. The Teletubbies are creatures created by subway machines by humans before they became extinct.
Wait, one more time?
The Teletubbies are creatures created by subway machines by humans before they became extinct.
Subway machines. What is that? Like it miss.
You're telling me.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
that's what the part. But then there's a human child and a son.
Yeah. It's weird.
Okay.
So the origins of it, this is all alleged, and it's got a little darker
I love it.
history that I honestly had no idea. Which it's still not proven, but this is all hearsay.
Okay.
So apparently, the director, one night, he was out drinking with his crew. He was the director, Andrew Davenport. And he spoke, they were talking about the inspiration of Teletubbies because he has like degrees in child psychology. He had other award-winning shows like a Ragdoll show, something like that. I don't know all the shows, but he's pretty well-known guy, right? Well, it turns out that when he was 13 years old, as he was drinking, he told this story to everybody. He goes, when I was 13 years old, he was part of a military experiment.
Oh, how old is he?
I
What
don't
year
know.
was he born?
I do not
Was
know.
he part of MK Ultra?
No, not that I read.
I mean, not. I don't wish he was, but it would
But
make sense.
it was called the Midar operation. Tried
Midol?
Midar, Midar operation. I tried looking it up and I could not find anything on it.
Oh.
But here's the story that he stated.
13, you're still such a baby.
Right. So it was him and three others, and they were put into a kind of a sphere of strange material, like a liquid plastic.
Ew.
Yeah, weird, right? And then there was a light in there that blurred your vision because it was so bright until you like fainted. And when he woke up, he was in a different world. There was like weird creatures. They were giant rats with metallic clothes, and they had antennas on their heads. And they
ran in.
They were like, hold on, they were like 6 feet tall, and they had like screens on their stomach that projected their emotions, and could project what they were thinking. He also said that like all of them were acting, quote unquote, intentionally stupid. And it was weird. And he had him and his three people, although there was 12 people in the experiment, 4 of them ended up at this place, and he doesn't know what happened to the other 8. But he said there was 3 long months in there.
Oh my gosh.
Spent 3 long months in this world, and he learned how to, since these creatures couldn't talk, they could only use their antennas for telepathy. He figured out how to use telepathy a little bit to talk to the creatures. And one day they were out exploring and they found this cylinder that was glowing, the stone cylinder that was glowing. And they touched it. And as soon as they touched it, they went back into that liquid sphere and woke up into the world they jumped in before they jumped in. And they were only gone for 3 seconds, but for them it was like 3 months.
What?
Yeah, fucking weird, right?
I'm like in shock.
Yeah. And so I looked up Davenport. Literally, I could not find a biography on this guy.
Really?
Literally all it has is his media awards, like everything he's won.
He just kind of came out of nowhere?
Not that he came out of nowhere, but like I know where he's born. But other than that, like nothing about his child. I don't know what schools he went to. Usually famous people, they tell you what school they're from, where they went. Nothing on this guy. Just where he's born, and literally from where he's born, it goes straight into all the awards he's won. There's nothing in the middle. I couldn't find anything on Midar Operation.
So weird.
Nothing, dude. Nothing.
That's weird.
And that is, it's a short episode, but it's fucking weird.
Spooky.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. That is like, I'm kind of in shock right now.
Oh, okay, so what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it gives me flashes to Ant-Man or like Stranger Things.
Oh, interesting.
It gives me Stranger Things vibes. Because they go into the upside down.
Yeah.
But that's so freaky. That's
Kind of
like,
weird, right?
that is so weird.
But if you think about it, so this is when I was researching it, I honestly think the next step for humans, we're just going to become cyborgs.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
that's, besides having wearable technology, we're just getting used to having something on us all the time, or eventually people, this is honestly what I think, and it might be...
Oh, it's like the Black Mirror where they like put it in you?
Yeah, something like that. But I honestly think there's going to be companies that are going to be able to trademark or patent certain parts of your body for installation of whatever gadgets. It might be so far out there. So, like, let's say a super high-end car, to turn it on is going to be the middle digit of your finger to tap it twice. Something like that. You know, only that company will be able to place a chip there. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I don't know, I might be thinking too crazy, but I think that's the only thing we got. So it makes sense if he were to travel into a different dimension, these are pretty much cyborg rats.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, that's so weird. That's like... Well, then, like, learning telepathy is interesting for him to say. He's like, yeah, I learned how to speak to them. Which, I mean, telepathy is hard for me because I know, like, a lot of, like...
It's a cool concept, but...
But, like, essentially you could technically say you have telepathy if you're just really good at reading social cues. Like,
that's
to an extreme. To an extreme. But,
yeah.
like, you can tell a lot off of people's social cues and, like, body language and, like, facial, like, expression. Like, you can tell a lot off of that. When other, like, you know, like, when not just words are what you're looking for.
Why say a lot word when few word do trick?
Or no word do trick.
Yeah. So that's the end of this episode. I know it's super short. But I read it and I was like, dude, I have to tell Sam about this.
Oh, that is so freaky. I know. So Teletubbies, they talk to each other with the antennas?
Yeah, and their bellies. They have camera, or I think every now and then it lights up on their bellies.
Oh, see, I don't remember that. I just remember the vacuum all the time.
The vacuum was great. Do you remember the toaster with the pancakes with the smileys? I always wanted to eat one of those.
I'll make you one.
Or not pancakes.
Waffles, toast.
It might have been pancakes. They were like little brown things they threw in the toaster. But the toaster was sketchy.
I don't know, dude.
You were telling a story.
Oh, you were saying I was pulling the heads off of dolls?
Yeah.
Well, it's so sweet because my grandma still brings it up to this day. My grandma, so I guess my great aunt, my grandma's sister, passed, like, right at the beginning of COVID. And... So, you know, she's like always like, oh, I just miss her. Well, I didn't see her very often, that aunt. And when she did, I mean, if anybody knows, and my sister will know, you put on plays, you put on dances. Like, when you have siblings, or at least if it's just, like, two, like, sisters, you want to be the center of attention. So you guys just choreograph an entire thing. And then, okay, everybody, sit down, watch us. Like... That's what we did. So at my grandparents' house, my grandma doesn't have the most up-to-date toys. She still doesn't. She still has the same toys that my mom played with, and she just kept them. So we were trying to makeshift, like, and then my grandma just got 2 new puppets. Like, it was like I don't even know what it was. I think it was like a cat and a dog, because I liked cats, my sister liked dogs. We did a whole play or something. And we made the whole thing up, we acted out. Well, I needed a fur ball because we were just trying to be funny, and we needed a fur ball. So I just ripped the head off of a doll and stuffed it into the puppet's mouth, and I went like, or something like that, and the doll's head flew towards like my aunt, and they like peed themselves. They laughed so hard. It was awesome. Jackie and I were like, we're bowing. We're bowing. We're like, yes, this is our best work yet. Because we were pretty little when this happened. But my grandma's like, oh, I still remember that to this day, and it was so funny. My sister would bring it, and then my grandma's sister, she would bring it up every single time I brought you girls up, and it was just funny. But that's the only time I've ever ripped a doll's head off on purpose. Fun story.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I don't remember doing anything like that as a kid.
There were so many of you. I don't know how you choreographed all
No, you know what?
Because essentially there was 8 of you.
There was a lot of us. What I remember instead, so me, Federico, and Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in maybe middle school or maybe a sophomore, we had all these different phones in the house, just like random phones.
Oh, did you guys play like Spy or something?
The Spy game, yeah. So
right.
We got this app. I still remember it's called Alfred, and you could hook up these phones to this app, and we would set phones up and make a spy course, and you would try to get through, like starting from upstairs. You had 2 phones to set up, or 1 phone, I think, and you set them up, and we would all try to get through the course without being spotted. And we had Nerf guns, and you could shoot the cameras, the phones, and you try. We always thought you could plug the camera or something like that.
That's awesome. Like your guys' shot would be like, pew,
yeah,
perfect.
It never worked out.
I remember Mateo like asking. He'd be like, play a spy game, and then I was like,
yeah, Spy game was so sick.
Yeah, I mean, now you have your own kid to play it with.
I know that game. Seriously, it was so sick.
Now it's easy. You can just do FaceTime.
It's not the same.
Well, then you
not the same because you could go different phones. You could hit the speaker on them. I see you. I see you. Different phones.
I remember
I see you. You're out.
I would see my dad would let me order stuff every once in a while from like those like magazines. You know, like they would come and they had like all this stuff in it. I would save up my money and do it. Well, there was one where they were like big old chunky headphones and they had a microphone in it. So that it was like walkie-talkies, but it was like, it was go time, dude. Like we were running around our cul-de-sac, like, did you hear me here? Like, running as fast as you can. Like I remember, because then we felt like spies. We were like, because then, oh my gosh,
the neighbor's leaving.
I know. Watch out for the car. Because yeah, that was the other thing we played. Because then my brother was. We played Twister all the time, and it's so funny seeing Twister as a big movie again. We watched the old one all the time, and anytime.
What is the old one?
It's just an older, like a tornado Twister movie. Like you follow the tornadoes and they like storm chase them. Have you ever seen that one?
I don't think so. I've seen Storm Chasers.
It's essentially the same thing, but Twister was just like one where it's just like, you know, big old tornado coming after you, and we would play it any time a storm was coming. Because we were outside all day long, like all day long. So we were just black feet, just like our feet just coated in dirt and everything. We'd have to hose it off before we went inside. They're like, yeah, you are disgusting before you come in. But we'd run into bushes. And I remember we had this like janky old shed. There's a big old wasp nest in it. Now I think about it, I'm like, how did I go in there? But of course, in the past, like, now I'm like, of course I did as a kid, but now I'm like, yeah, I would never even go into that thing.
We used to play games with wasp nests.
What kind of games would you play with a wasp nest?
We'd throw rocks at it. Did I ever tell you that?
I mean, that's not really a game.
It was a game because we would take turns. So you'd get up there, throw a rock at it, and if you ran away without getting stung, it was the next person's turn. David got stung in the eyelid, or like in the eyeball. and then in the nose, the tip of the nose or something like that, and they were paper hornets.
Oh my god.
Bro, the scream he let out was so fucking funny.
Yours was very different than mine. Oh my gosh. I remember one time.
He also went through a fence with a
I
motorcycle.
know, he was barely hanging on, dude. He was always the one getting the short end of the
Dude,
stick.
he broke his back on the trampoline, bro.
That's right.
I swear to God, I saw this guy. He was at Brady's house. He jumped up and fell back. And, it was before they had nets up.
Yeah.
And so his legs and his lower back landed facing the inside. And I swear to God, I remember I saw his body fold back and clap on the trampoline. Like, the back of his head hit his butt.
He scorpioned it, man.
Dude,
Oh.
I remember singing. I was like, oh. And then he got up and he was, I don't know why I'm laughing. It was so funny. He was like, oh, like howling like a dog. Then he had to get surgery twice. Fucking sucker.
You're like, you walk around the house, you don't know why my back hurts all the time. And then I hear about all the crap you've done. I'm like, I bet you fucked up your back somehow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember the first time I smelled cat shit?
What?
The first time I smelt cat shit.
I thought you said smoked. I thought you said smoked, and I was like, Miguel.
It was at Ryland's house. I was helping him pick up his cat would shit in his backyard like a dog, and his mom asked us to go pick up the turds, and we did. And there was one underneath the trampoline, and it opened up, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I still remember it. It had a citrusy smell to it,
What?
and I think I threw up. It smelled so bad.
I know. Miguel, when he had to clean out the litter box when I was pregnant,
Ugh.
dude, he was...
I don't think I can do it again.
You're gonna have to if we have more kids. I know, he was like...
Cat shit is the worst. I'll
every,
take dog shit anyway.
every single time.
I'll grab dog shit barehanded before litter boxes are gross.
I guess I'll just mask it up and just go for the best.
All right, I think that's all we got.
Yep. Anyways, have a good time, y'all.
See you guys.
See you
Have
on the next one.
a good week.